And we'll go to the next important session is live cases, where Dr. Surya Prakash Rao and Dr. Sumit Suji will chair the session, and commentators are Dr. Jayachandran, Dr. Anand Rao, Dr. Sunita Vishwanathan, Dr. Nanda Kumar, Dr. V.T. Shah, and Dr. Vishwanath. Please come and occupy the chairs. Thank you. Please.
The chairman is the two of us. Okay.
This IJCTO I started 5 years back.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Oh, it is. You are the guy that making this one.
Yes.
Very good.
And thank you.
Actually, so nice feeling.
You made a big difference this time.
Oh, thank you.
I told
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here and then working with the Indian doctor. India is changing. Actually, I have not so good experience 10 years back. But
with you, Oliver colleagues, my center in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Completed
I
700.
will go to the US center.
No.
Oh, okay.
Completed 700
Okay,
cities.
700 videos. Oh, very huge. Because
I've done one case from this.
Because I will go to the Hyderabad on the.
Next time.
No, this time also. After this conference, I go to the Hyderabad. And Tuesday, Tuesday and Wednesday. But not the US. Oh, you are here. You are here. Very nice meeting.
Welcome.
Dr. Goyal, are you able to hear? Hello, Dr. Goyal, is it clear? Myself and Dr. Sumit Suji is here, and my other colleagues. They can. So, just.
All right. So, yeah, you see, welcome to Lucknow, and I have Dr. Rupali with me, who is assisting me. She is an associate professor with me. We have Dr. Danish and Dr. Shubham, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Dinesh. So these are the people here, and we are going to show you a case today. I would like Rupali to tell you about the patient's story. Rupali, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. So we are doing a case with a 72-year-old gentleman. He's an ex-smoker. He had an old NGO alive in 2005, and he remained asymptomatic for 5 years. But he developed exertional angina since 2010 with a recent worsening for past 1.5 years. His ECG showed any features of old angiovolemi with QS in V1 to V3, and with preserved LV function was normal LV size, with distal ileus and mid-areas was hypokinetic, with oral ejection fraction of 40%. We did his nuclear scan, which showed a mixed card and vital territory. So we did an angio.
Yeah, can you see the ECG? So that's
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the ECG of the patient.
Shows some
QS
QS
and V1 to V3.
Okay. So can you see the angio now, please?
No, not no.
Can you see the diagnostic angio? Right. Can you see the diagnostic angio? Please switch
No.
to angio. Please switch to plain A angio.
Now,
Can you see it now?
now we are able to see the angio.
Can you see the angio? Yeah. Okay. So this is the left injection. This is the diagnostic angiogram I'm showing you. So the left injection shows a blocked LAD, and the distal part of the LAD is filling through collaterals on the LV surface from some of the diagonals or something. Next, please. That's the area of type 2, shows the occluded LAD, which is an ambiguous type of stump which is seen, and it leads to the diagonal. The OM is okay, it's giving the collateral to the distal LAD. Forward, please. So lateral view again, the LAD is blocked. Next view, please. Next, please. Cranial view, similar thing, but we have a long segment here which is not seen. So next, so we need to see it from the other injection. Maybe it's filling from there, and that's exactly what it was. So the middle part actually is filling from the right, and so we can we see the RAO of this, please? And this is flow, which gives the impression that probably the street is linked. And the mid part is filling from the right. There are some collaterals from the right, but they don't look very strong to me. But because the left system is filling to a good length behind, I got the feeling that this could be a shorter occlusion. Are you in agreement with me?
These are the, this angiogram is done, today you got any shots with you already?
No. This angiogram is about 10 days old.
Okay.
10 days old. So I'll show you the shot that I did now.
Okay.
Because, in a diagnostic angiogram, you can't do simultaneous.
I know, and that's why simultaneous
One
injection.
more puncture.
Simultaneous injection.
Yes, but you have to only make indirect inferences. So seeing this angiogram, I thought that probably the occlusion would be small because, and it is a total occlusion, but it is, and the LED is filling reasonably till the back. So then we did it today. You can see the LED angio also, so there is some mixed scar and viable area. No, can we see the LED angio please? Next, please, next. So there are, the anterolateral is hypokinetic and apex subpart is certainly akinetic. But otherwise, globally it is contracting with a reasonable ejection fraction of about 40%. Next please. So today's angiogram, can we see? Okay. Can we see today's angiogram please? So today what we did was a simultaneous injection. So that's
Very short.
So can you see that? So what I have is a diagnostic catheter in the right corner.
Too short.
And a 7 French EBU in the left. We have a radial femoral system with us. So I usually like to do the main vessel through the radial with a 7 French guide. And femoral, we have a 7 French guide. In case we have to go to retrograde, we will electively then change to a guide catheter. Right now, I have only taken a diagnostic catheter on the right side, which was 6 French. And that's what it shows, that we have an occlusion which is short, but which has a stump which is ambiguous, and the LED leads to the diagram. Do you?
We appreciate the findings. It's a short segment occlusion, but you feel any calcium there? Any calcium there? We don't feel anything.
Fluoroscopically you don't, but I will show you the IVUS, because the plan now here in a case like this with a blunt stump and a big side branch, what I usually like to do is IVUS guided wiring. So we have IVUS in the side branch and then we try to penetrate. So can we have that withdrawal run of the IVUS? Can we see?
We can see. Is it?
See the IVUS now, please.
We are able to see a fixed frame now. Is it Volcano?
Boston Scientific.
Boston. Okay.
Can we enlarge that picture? The I was
Make it big. The picture. IVUS.
Can you see the IVUS here?
Yeah, we can see the small picture, but I think they have to enlarge that.
We are able to see if now it is good.
And
Now
keep,
we are able.
keep the angio picture also.
System diagram. I am withdrawing from the diagram. No. This is which one? Okay, now you see that's the LED stump. Then there is some vacancy. Actually, this is something which IOS has given me information now.
At the 5 o'clock.
You see at
4 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock position. Yeah. If you see, we started with the diagonal and then we saw the occluded vessel, intima occluded in the LED, and then we have a small vacant thing, and then we join the main LED, which tells me now that probably there is a small leader towards the
Could
you move Can you show that again?
Could you move
Because
the
frame by frame?
could you move the IBUS image again?
Yeah.
We cannot see the IBUS clearly.
Can you run that again, please? Yeah, please.
No, we can't see the IBUS now. Yeah, now.
And
Okay.
then move the IBUS. Yes, yes.
I
Okay.
was please, I was दिखाइए. Okay. No, same run.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Just a second, we're getting back. Okay. Please show the run. Okay. So that is the diagram. We are withdrawing. Okay. You are seeing the items? Yes. We are withdrawing and 4 o'clock, concentrate at 4 o'clock. So there is a vessel, occluded vessel that comes at 4 o'clock and then
Okay.
you see the patent part at that same 4 o'clock and then you see the main vessel. Do you get it now? Dr. Sumitsuji is there?
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
he is there.
Yes, I'm checking. And then please move it. This is too distal. This is the distal part of the bifurcation. More proximal, a little bit more proximal. But fortunately, there's no very big calcium. No calcium so much.
Yeah, there is some calcium there. That's right. So we're talking of calcium. So at
Speck of calcium.
calcium at 3 o'clock right now.
Yeah, but not the entry of the CTO. So this is not a CTO. Please, more proximal, more
Come to
proximal.
the-
This is the bifurcation.
Yeah.
Proximal.
LED, you
Hey,
come to it.
more proximal. More proximal.
No. Dr. Sumit is asking to pull back the IVAS more and show the picture. Is it correct?
But it's okay.
Okay.
We should save the time.
Okay.
Please go.
Okay. Okay, we are happy with the picture.
Yes, it's here. Here is the entry point.
So this is the main LED. Look. And then there's the main vessel also. This is the main vessel also.
Okay.
There's some calcium in the proximal vessel and there is disease in the proximal vessel. So let us, that's what it looks. Because after that you don't get any more stump. Dr. Sumit?
So,
Yeah, no stump, but not so much calcified in the entry, and it's nice size of the LED. So you can do the puncture from here.
while
It's only LED because there's no block vessel there. Okay? And then there is calcium proximal also.
Yes,
So which wire is this?
the wire.
okay.
We can see the wire.
So what I will do, I have a 5 cross inside. Can I see the left injection, please?
And which wire are you using right now for the CTO? Which wire?
Well, I'm just trying to talk the microcatheter. This is a regular wire, 1 cross Sion wire.
Silicon wire.
But this is to park my place. Can you test it, please, Rupali, please? Okay.
This IVAS is only for morphology reading, not for real puncture of the cap. Because in live puncture, idea of what.
Side of the, and when I will use the slipper, can I get a compressed valve?
Dr. Sumi, you use 8 French system, 7 French system, and live I was doing.
This kind of procedure, 8 French system is the very easy to do it.
Do it.
But
Yes, Dr. Sumitsuji, I will tell you.
but I love the 6 French. So I do the double guiding caster 6 French.
Okay.
2 6 French into the LED.
Okay.
Not the LED, left main.
Okay,
And one
okay.
I was one. So even doing the 6 French, we can do it.
Okay.
I use a 7 French.
The left main is big. Left main.
And 5 cross and I was goes together in 7 French.
Yes.
I know. Fine cross. With fine cross you can.
But probably very difficult to use in the Corsair. Corsair and then the IVAS
IVAS
catheter within the 7 French is that is a bulky.
Praveen, we would be interested to see IVUS guided puncture rather than this fluoroscopic guided puncture.
Yes.
You have IVUS there, you have it, keep it running, keep it running.
I am doing IOS guided function.
But actually, doing the wiring with using the IVUS image is very difficult. So IVUS guiding puncture, actually what we should do it is punch with the fluoro, angio guided, and then confirm the wire position with the IVUS. This is the actual the reasonable way because IVUS is very difficult.
If you are sure I can puncture without I was comfortable, I think you better go ahead.
So doing the puncture with for me probably the
Like
cranial
this
view,
lesion, like this lesion.
like this lesion, but sometimes from the beginning, wire go into the subintimal space. This is the point of the IVUS benefit. IVUS can confirm that this wire is a plaque or subintimal.
So now what you are seeing is the live.
This wire is Gaia? Which wire?
No, he has taken
See.
conquest.
Conquest. Yes, okay.
Why did you take directly conquest? Dr. Goyal, why do you prefer conquest direct? You don't see any calcium, it's a short segment. It doesn't,
From 3 to 6, from 3 to 6 you can see the arc of calcium.
but you can escalate the wires. You can escalate the wires from something like a filter XTR or a Gaia, then to the conquest. What do you feel, Dr. Sumit?
But this situation, I do some try with the intermediate wire, but not bad choice the conquest pro because that is a very clear and short, and the size of the vessel is nice. So I do the small try the intermediate, but quickly escalate to the conquest.
So do you think Crusade would have been a good option here?
Now very important point. So checking the wire position. Wire position is not looks very clear, but in the LED that's true. Yes, I was a little bit proximal.
Like
There is going inside from the Karina side. That is okay.
Please show it in the IVUS.
Yes,
Make it big and show it in the IVUS.
but maybe almost.
That's what.
Yes, this is a wire. You can see. We can see the 10 o'clock.
You make the IVUS picture big. Can you make it?
And then that is-
Surya Prakash, we want to see the IVUS big because that's the only way we can learn that the IVUS.
That's what we are asking.
Please ask them to do that.
Please make the IVUS image big. People want here. Exactly.
IVUS and NGO, we don't want.
Both are there now. Both.
So now the wire in the Karina side, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock there. Karina side is not bad, but a bit too much the outer side. So should punk more to the septal side. Ne?
Septal side.
And then where's the wire? Well, right now, the wire already going into the total occlusion, so no more information from the IVUS. We should do the contralateral injection. So please do the contralateral injection.
Dr. Sumitsuji, where is the wire? Why are we not seeing the wire?
See the wire there.
So why is there?
Where?
You can see the 11 o'clock, 2 millimeter from the center,
Okay, okay.
white dot. That is the wire. Okay?
Okay, okay. But that is not near the LED, no?
LED is in the 12 o'clock,
12 o'clock.
11 o'clock right now. And then
Level up.
the wire, we can see the wire is close to the black-white border.
circle ka 10, 11.
Black-white border of the IVUS is external S lamina. So maybe subintima.
7. At 11 o'clock, you can see the wire.
This one is wire. This is wire. Okay, this is the border of the LED.
Okay. So, can I get the Bible please now? Can I get the Bible please?
And then this wire, the too much diagonal side. So this is very much with the angiogram and the IVUS.
Because I like to confirm in two views, so I.
So in this situation, probably
Dr. Sumitsuji,
Yes.
we thought that 4 o'clock is the LED. Why do you say 11 o'clock is the LED and 4 o'clock? What is the 4 o'clock shadow? What is that vessel?
He's asking the
Which
4
is the
o'clock
branch which
shadow,
is
what
coming
is
at
it?
4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. This
What
is the branch of the diagonal.
Branch of the
Branch of
diagonal.
Because this is diagonal. This is already bigger than the diagonal. And
Okay.
this is smaller than the diagonal.
Okay, okay.
So this is side branch.
Yeah, so please.
Probably one side branch coming out from here to the other side. And then with this information, this wire probably already in the subintima space from the beginning. So if possible, puncture more proximal side, 1 millimeter proximal.
Okay.
Because this
Close.
is distal part, and still close to the diagonal, too much diagonal side, this wire. Okay? So
Puncture close
yes,
to the
I
intimal
think
plaque.
we should do the using different wire and then a little bit more proximal, try to puncture it.
Close to the
Okay.
intimal plaque. Puncture.
Sumitsuji, actually, it's looking like, in angiographical, it looks like a subintimal.
Please use the mic.
Angiographical subintima or not a subintima, that is sometimes very difficult to say. Of course, we have this information and this information. So probably this is subintima, we can say. And then angiogram, what we can say correctly is this is false lumen. Okay, not a true lumen. So we can say, oh, this is definitely false lumen. But the subintima or still inside the plaque, that is very difficult to.
Comment on the angiogram. Can you give a contralateral injection and see?
No, I have one more question, sir. When the initial IVUS was done, the LED stump was seen at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Now when now we are showing the IVUS, the LED, how is it moved to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock? Does it move the same IVUS, same position?
Now it's changed. It was
What
changing
is your
towards
question
4.
point?
Pardon?
I cannot get your question
No,
point.
when the first IVUS was done from diagonal to the LED, the stump of the LED was seen on the IVUS at 4 o'clock position.
No.
No? Okay, it was seen
beginning
there.
of 12
So
o'clock.
that's my, okay. Sorry, I made a mistake.
Tell you what is happening. If you see now, I want the lateral plane and the IVUS. Can you show it, please?
Dr. Sumitsuji, would you think they need to bring the do you think they need to bring the IVUS back a bit so we can see the true carina? It's easier to see. Are we too far into the diagonal a bit? Do you think?
I'm sorry.
Do we think we are too far into the diagonal a bit?
That to go.
It's at 11 o'clock. I just, yeah. The LED is at 11 o'clock. This vessel which is coming from the first one that we saw could be another branch. I think there is a small circle or something there. Because my second wire is very well in the 11 o'clock artery. And I have now confirmed it on biplane in both the views. Now I have a simultaneous biplane with me which helps me like this is A plane. Can you show A plane? Can you show A plane? Right injection, A plane. And B plane.
Dr.
And your right injection please. So we have
Dr. Goel, just stay with us. We are going to Hyderabad. Dr. Eman is started already off the way. We'll come back to you.
it the same conquest wire that is
Uh,
used earlier?
Dr. Mani, good morning. Dr. Rao here, Dr. Sumit Suji with us. Good morning. Dr. Kapadi, can you brief about the case and the proceedings so far?
Yeah, this is 66 years old gentleman. I am old in favor of my 2015. He underwent angioplasty and stenting of circumflex. And subsequently, present symptom is he had a West angina, he had a risk factors of hypertension, diabetes, he had a mild lung dysfunction. His angiogram is just like follows. Basically, the circumflex stent is patent and a lady is mildly diseased and there is a good intervention of collaterals, both from septal as well as epicardial from the circumflex and connecting to the PLV and PDA. Next. So this is the left side of the anatomy showing the good intervention of collaterals to PL and PDA. Next. This is the other cranial showing the same information. Next. So the right of the artery, it is from proximal to mid-segment is a disease with a tight proximal lesion, and subsequent to the artery branch it was totally occluded, and proximal cap is best seen in alveocaudal view as well as alveocaudal and alveocranial view. Now we can see. Please note the picture. So with this angiogram, like everybody wants to tell his strategy and how many steps he takes.
Yes, thank you very much, and good morning, and how are you? And I'm very much honored and pleasure to be here as the IJCTO club member, and congratulate for the every year bigger and bigger meeting here in the Mumbai and Hyderabad. So today that we have RCO Pluto, and let's go to the bilateral angiogram today. Because it's a little bit surprised, it's longer than I had expected, in addition to the proximal disease. And since this is a diabetic patient with a mild renal dysfunction, we have to keep in mind that those kind of limitation factor. And then next shot is the RAO projection. You can see the mild disease in the proximal LAD, as well as some tapering occlusion in the proximal cap for the acute margin branch. Next. And this is a confirmation for the septal collaterals, but as you can see, at the same time that the distal PL system, as well as the PDA system is not small. Actually, it's a huge system down there. And we can see the bifurcation with some proximal visualization of the contrast. Next. So we started off with the integrate using the Corsair 135 just for the preparation or the waiting period. And this is a seal wire. And we confirmed the direction with 3-4 different projections.
Yamane Sensei.
Corsair.
Yamane Sensei.
Yeah.
Is this a first attempt or a retry case? For the light coronary CTO? First attempt. Okay.
Yeah, first attempt. Yeah.
Thank you. Please.
Okay.
Okay.
And to my surprise, it's a little bit resistant. So after advancing the Corsair, I switched to the Gaia first and second, which did not go like some buckling at the tip, right? And most likely the suboptimal. Next. So since we keep in mind that the direction is pretty much life-long procedure, and probably we need to have a good direction and great preparation, but at the same time we have a limitation. So we switch to the retrograde next. So we explore this time actually stented circumflex because one reason is that the LAD has a little bit mild disease, and the second is the angle from the PDA to the proximal RC is a little bit limited. So if the distal cap is a very stiffer than I had expected, probably a more straighter angle although we can discuss about the risk and benefit. And at the same time, this is a carrier microcatheter 150. And since Dr. Sumitsuji developed those kind of a new wire contributing to a lot, and we try to be solder-free, which is a more softer wire. But again, this is a problem. The softer wire migrated into the side branch. Yeah, because
Which microcaster you using?
Carvel.
Carvel.
not fibrous. This is a carrier.
Carvel.
150.
Okay.
But you can see that they are very small side branch, and if we poking around many times, and then finally it will smoke and the blood pressure drops. So that is a very much touchy portion of the AC branch. But finally we succeeded after creating the almost 90-degree secondary curve over the solder C wire. So this is not so much straighter than I had thought. And after confirmation of the distal cap, you can see that, right? Some proximal visualization seen, and we advance the retrograde maybe dissected to orient, to puncture the view front of the bifurcation. But actually the problem is that even if we advance the retrograde wire, the microcatheter will not, because the distal cap is a little bit harder than I had expected. So next. Next. And we try to create the overlapping, because the idea is if we can emulate balloon, probably that will be a good anchor for our retrograde wire, and probably we can advance retrograde microcatheter in a more proximal fashion. So we try to create, actually this is an eventual small knuckle that we didn't intend to do. But the overlapping and dual balloon, the next. And upon the balloon inflation, you can see the wire separates. So probably those wires are very close. I wouldn't say that they are in the same movement, but they're very close together. Next. And I tried to advance the retrograde micro, but it was very difficult. So the retrograde wire pulled out. So probably this is where we stop.
So, Sumit, would you prefer the same way, or you try the septals first rather than the epicardial in this case?
In this case, from the first look, the angulation from the PDA to the proximal coronary total occlusion point is not so suitable. So I think that I go to the AC, the AV group, or from this already to the right coronary PL branch connection. That could be, but in this situation, right now with the tip injection from the Carabel, we can see the lumen channel in the CTO segment. So in this situation, maybe the septal can work. So the septal channel is another option. But at the time, the beginning, without the tip injection, I think I agree with the Yamane Sensei's decision to go to not a septal.
So another important thing, we frequently face the problem of support of the guiding for pushing the retrograde corsare. So what are the steps you suggest for that?
So that depends on the left coronary or right coronary. The left coronary, my recommendation is using the longer tip and then enough long. So I'm now using EBU not only 4, but sometimes 4.5, and then very small, but 5. So the kind of the long tip nicely engaged from the left main, inside the left main to opposite side of the aortic wall. That is a quite nice backup force we can get. So I have some case of the channel rupture with a microcatheter. That means backup is more than enough. So that's okay. Like coronary is sometimes very difficult. So using the anchor technique and using the child catheter, guiding catheter extension, so guide liner or gazella or something, that is an option.
Dr. Suji, one of the things is
in comparison with this LED collaterals and the AC collaterals which Yamane Sensei has chosen is that because of the cardiac beat, it's always difficult to go track the AC collateral as compared to the septal collaterals. So is there a different strategy when you use a septal collateral versus an AC collateral? Because
we cannot control the moving.
yeah.
So every group, AC channel or the left ventricular surface, the kind of a channel always moving.
Yes, because of the
And
cardiac beat. So
Yes, cardiac beat. So, but how to say, that cannot be helped. So that means just try. And then just only one option is using the over the wire balloon.
okay.
Very, very small number I tried. Of course, using the ballooning, that keep the position. So it's make the stabilize, but risk of the dissection, risk of the ischemia, so that is very depends on. And then using the soft wire,
Soft wire.
of course using the soft wire. In the India, I strongly recommend using the Sion.
Sion.
If Sion could not pass, change to the new Sion. If the second cannot, third one. And then finally, slowly try the Sion black or something. But the Sion black is a stiffer. Risk of the wire perforation. So be careful.
You are correct. You are correct. But if for device tracking, cyan black is good, but
Yes,
perforation
yes,
disc
yes.
in there. So is making a retrograde wire knuckle.
Knuckle. Yeah. I'm sorry, Yamane Sensei, can I ask you?
To be honest, I wouldn't recommend you to do this. Yes.
Why once the taking out the retrograde system, that is making some trouble?
What do you mean by that?
You advance the one time the retrograde wire go up, but probably one time the take out the retrograde wire from the total occlusion. No?
Actually, what's happening is that we try to drill the retrograde microcatheter. Then the microcatheter pull back the retrograde wire, so that the slide back. In spite of the retrograde balloon anchoring. So that's what happened.
Okay. And then this retrograde wire going into the same route with the previous.
We are not sure because this is kind of a third options. First, the true, or that the nearby. Second is more softer wire. But the third is probably knuckle, just inside of the distal cap.
Okay. Right now we can have the nice overlap point, and then the ballooning and maybe cross.
I'm not sure about it. But we try to navigate again to the cross retrograde carrier because right at the distal cap, maybe we have some space. Although in exchange of the possibility of the hematoma, but that's the inevitable situation here.
Dr. Sumit, there is disease in the proximal RCA in this case. Would you like to prepare the bed like a stent assisted in the beginning, the proximal RCA?
No. Sometimes the stent assist makes the situation difficult.
Difficult.
So retrograde wire just only go outside of the stent.
Outside, okay.
That is a very difficult. So if you want to
There
do
should
the
be a
stent,
guideliner.
yeah,
Maybe
guideliner is much safer,
safer.
because the guideliner can take out, but one stent cannot take out.
Take out. Yeah, okay.
So Sumitsuji, I had a question. When he made the knuckle with the retrograde wire and went into the mid RCA, and he went with the integrate balloon, is there any need to see this in a different angulation, whether your wires are close by, very far off? Is there any tips to that, whether both the wires are close to each other? Because he has done everything in one view only, LAO.
No.
Is there a need to do RAO?
Yeah, I should. I want.
No, sir. You are doing perfectly well. We are just trying to learn. We are just trying to learn. So we just want to know what is the thing. Yeah.
But actually, RAO checking is very, very, very important.
Important. That's what I thought. So that's why I asked.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Maybe a
So
rotation.
really, I want to ask into the Yamane sensei, please check the RAO view. But probably Yamane sensei using the biplane system, right?
Are you using
No, it's
Single?
not biplane.
This is not a biplane. Okay. But single plane. Okay. RAO checking is mandatory, very important.
You prefer a rotational angio also.
Yeah, I do the rotation many times.
Once you take the knuckled wire through the retrograde system, will you take the knuckle wire throughout or only up to the CTO segment?
That depends on the, probably this, I think this is the knuckle wire inside the two lumen. Inside the
lumen.
proximal two lumen. Why not stop? In the two lumen, we can advance. But in the subintima, of course, the advancing the knuckle wire, expanding the subintimate dissection.
Okay.
So think about that. But more in of the knuckle, have the more backup because the resistance.
It can be in the subintima also.
Subintima also, some advantage. Because after making the subintimate dissection bigger, no resistance, so no advantage. But before expanding the subintimate dissection, this is some resistance we have. Resistance is backup force.
Well, that is why I asked that after reaching the CTO segment, why don't you make the wire straightened? Because knuckle wire going throughout.
Probably this time, the particular situation, problem is the microcaster. Retrograde microcaster cannot get in. That is why the Yamane sensei doing the knuckle and the knuckle getting up and the burning. That is a kind of the anchoring and then advancing the caliber.
And maybe the
Can we not do
IVAS
an
and the
anti-grade
anti-grade wire will guide
Dr.
you. for
Sumit?
This is another option.
Dr.
Do the
Sumit?
IVAS and then check the position with the
Dr.
retrograde wire.
Sumit, can we not do an anti-grade IVAS and check the position of the wires?
Yes, IVAS is another option. But this angiogram, I think that is a very nice
Very
overlap
overlap.
and a small knuckle. And then think about the proximal situation to lumen size. I think it's already in. Of course, IVAS is a definite information we can get. How is it?
He explained almost everything, and exactly that's what I'm trying to do. So I have done the IVAS, of course, but before doing the IVAS, I tried to just
Yes.
advance the guide wire. And now I exchange the Xeon black, which is a new one, because the previous one is deformed already because of the knuckle.
Already caliber is enoughly going up inside? Mid-segment, okay.
It's in the false lumen, na, Karavan?
Just show how we're making the tip, Dr. Yamani, to the some beginners here of the CTO program.
This is very nice demonstration, how to do it, how to solve the problems. Most of the difficult point is how to advance a retrograde microcaster. So how to do it, need a backup. Okay, so the anchoring, need more retrograde up. Everything he did, what he did is
Absolutely, yeah, that's what.
correct steps. And then in this point, please do not do the dye injection, antegrade. Never do it.
No.
Because antegrade wire already going to the fourth lumen, probably subintima, dye injection makes a dissection much expanded.
No, I was guided.
So yes, if this wire cannot go up, a little bit more burning is an option. And another option is IVAS.
So I was guided puncture into the true lumen.
I was checking the wire position.
Position, okay.
Inside the plug or subintima. Sometimes it looks completely overlap, but sometimes the layer with the plug separated two lumens, or rarely, but sometimes the retrograde wire still inside the subintima. So this kind of situation, sometimes angiogram fluoro is judging with the fluoro is not easy. So do the IVAS is the best, but expensive, I know.
One question I had is, he went with a knuckle retrogradely, then went with the microcatheter caravel, and you said the knuckle could be in the true lumen because it went from the false lumen. How can it go into the true lumen? And where? At what point will it enter the true lumen?
You mean the knuckle wire retrograde?
Retrograde knuckle, you said could be in true
Yes,
lumen.
yes.
How can it enter the true lumen by itself from false to true lumen? Is that correct?
This is even the knuckle, sometimes that is following the inside the intima plaque. So intima plaque to the proximal to lumen sometimes happen. But once knuckles go into subintima, re-entry to the proximal to lumen is very difficult. So probably almost impossible. So at the time, this is still the subintima. So just try with the Sion black like this. And if the Sion black cannot go up smoothly, it's time to do the IVAS to confirm.
See, possibly in this case, the proximal RCA was quite diseased and tight. Stenotic. In this case,
looks completely overlap.
So, Dr. Mani, what is the size of the balloon used for the reverse cut in this case?
This is just for the size of the distal, that is 2.5.
2.5.
So Yamani actually with the
so that's why possibly it's more difficult to.
But in the looks in the fluoro, in the mid part of the RCA, antegrade wire and the retrograde wire is completely overlap, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So you think the retrograde wire already in the lumen, 2 lumen?
Yes, but the proximal also disease.
Yes.
So some wire dig into the subintima. So after this, we do the iris.
Okay.
no, if it is in Sumitsuji, if it is in the subintima, a knuckle wire went up, whether you have to take a tougher wire to get in from subintima to the intima or not.
The subintima to the intima retrograde
direction,
so
whether you have to take the sign blue, sign
not
black
so,
can
not
go.
so easy. So not easy. So you think retrograde is wrong, okay? Long and tortuous.
Okay.
So handling is much poor compared to the antegrade, okay? And think of the antegrade. Antegrade subintima to the lumen. That is also difficult, okay? Retrograde more difficult. So I don't think we should try the retrograde subintima to lumen puncture. No, changing the crossing point, more distal.
Oh, okay.
More distal part of the CTO. That means the proximal to for the retrograde. So proximal part, this part, retrograde wire, more often keep the inside the intima plaque, and somewhere curvature or calcium or dense fibers and kicking out to the subintima.
How do you enter? How do you enter from subintima to intima?
That is just only the IBUS can tell.
Whether you have to use a different wire or the same wire?
That is depends on, very depends on. Situation is different. So we need a puncture. So that means until the system here and the retrograde coming, the intima, but cannot go in with a soft wire or intermediate wire. We need a conquest. Subintima, just burning more, and the soft wire can go up. So that is very depends on the situation. So anyway, mid part looks completely overlap. So just a burning and then.
Yeah, but the problem is that as you can see, the proximal is bending in RF cranial view.
The way the wire is behaving, it's very likely this could be subintimal retrogradely, isn't it? And can't you do just reverse cut here?
Now you're using the which wire for the retrograde? This is Gaia second.
Still the black, so we change to the bisect because the no transmission is better for the bisect.
Excuse me.
You don't do the IBUS right now? IBUS. IBUS or the guiding extension. Guideline advancing to the mid part of the like coronary
Exactly.
at the point of the complete overlap.
Yeah, that is the option. Yeah.
Yeah, see, if you, right now the proximal RCA is collapsed due to the knuckled wire, which has produced the subintimal dissection. So what if we dilate the proximal RCA antegradely, so that you get good space to enter?
That is one option. So that makes the intentional medial dissection.
Yeah.
But that makes more expanded the long subintimal tracking. So probably in the mid part already inside. So I recommend to do that, not the proximal intentional medial dissection, create and then re-entry. No, that is too long, the subintimal. So advancing the guide extension to the mid part and then the pickup, the retrograde wire.
So you don't recommend dilatation in the antegrade stump at all?
Hmm?
You don't recommend balloon dilatation in the
In this
antegrade
situation,
stump? In
because
this situation.
the mid part looks completely overlap, but everything that is depends on the information of the fluoro. So I think time to do the IBUS and make clear.
And the problem in this case is the proximal RCA is very much diseased, very narrow, true lumen. That's one.
Okay, so the iris, yeah, that's the iris.
Yes, I think that is the best way.
It's very nice. Yeah, you see the iris. Sure. And the iris will help solve the problem. Yeah, okay. That's it, yes. You click. Okay, so we do the iris.
Proximal part.
Please show the IVUS in a bigger image.
So ACT would be 10, 15. Yeah.
Please show the IVUS.
Disease everywhere. That is one reason, I guess. Sure. Not yet. Catheter in. Give me a catheter. We already prepared the iris catheter. And thanks for the teamwork here. Yeah. This is a short tip iris. Yeah.
We got the Volcano short tip IVUS here, no Navi focus here.
Okay. Well, that's no problem. We can get the information, even the eagle eye.
Maybe the gains are too much, I think, here.
Yeah, go to the areas. Yeah, you go.
This is the eagle eye, right? Correct?
Can we see the angio picture also?
Yes, yes.
Where
we can see the
exactly
IVUS.
is the IVUS catheter now?
This is wire. So this is eagle eye. This IVUS catheter
Eagle eye.
is eagle eye.
Eagle eye.
Okay, so this retrograde wire already into the same lumen. So no need a Gaia. Yes, here is already same lumen. This is wire, retrograde wire, more completely in the lumen. And then retrograde wire come into the plug here, maybe
Close to the intimal plug.
yes, inside the plug. Here. The final one, probably the subintima. Tip of the retrograde wire is the subintima. From here, more completely the same with the fluoro. Here to here, that is the same lumen. So just now we can do the stand here to here, because this is in the same lumen. Stand, guide extension, anyway.
So you are actually telling that the wire went from the intima to the subintima. Now,
Tip?
now the wire has gone from subintima to the intima.
Which one? Which wire you
The
talking?
retrograde wire.
Antegrade?
Retrograde
wire.
Close to the
in
intimal
the
lumen.
true lumen here.
Here,
True lumen and the interplug and the subintima.
Okay.
But it's close to the intimal plug.
But don't care about here. This is same lumen. Was closed. Already succeeded. So just advance this wire, navigate into the proximal lumen, but some curvature or some disease here, that is a problem. So cancel this disease, advance the guide extension to here. That is the best.
Can you do guideline?
Guideline?
I recommend to use the guideliner.
Guideliner is better.
Yeah, since Dr. Sumit explained almost everything, and for
Thank you.
although the IVUS extend the vessel straight, but actually our anatomy is not straight. That's why the guide wire
Yes.
tends to go straighter
Yes.
from the intima to
Yes,
the
yes, now subintima. Yes, yes, completely agree. So using the stiffer wire, like the Gaia, especially the conquest, is not the indication for this situation because already in the same lumen here. So just navigate into the proximal lumen and the guide extension here. What Yamane Sensei is doing is the best choice, I think.
Maybe Gaia 1 is okay.
Gaia 1, no need a stiffer wire, soft wire in this situation.
Now withdrawn. Wire is withdrawn. Now we'll push the wire into the guideline.
I think it's 2.5. Not 2.5.
Maybe a little bit more down. Yes. With yes.
Maybe he has to dilate one more and then put
And then the guideline are getting down a little bit. Yes, that's what you want to do.
Now, Dr. Emani, we'll switch over to Lucknow for a few minutes and come back to you. Okay.
You want to switch on?
Okay.
Dr. Goyal, we are with you. Please explain. We are listening to you. Please explain.
Yes, now we can see the angio and the IVAS.
Yes. So now you see the angio, I got biplane at that time. What I do is I have the IVAS, independently someone tells me the IVAS, and IVAS is used for penetration, and beyond that I use the angio, and a biplane is always good if you want to confirm that, because you can just swap between the two planes. So we have the two planes, you can see the position in the LAO, the B plane, and the next one. A plane please now. A plane. No. The same picture, yeah. You see some A plane. Okay, so can you see the A plane now?
Yes, we can see the A plane.
And IBUS is showing that it is actually the LAD is at 11 o'clock. We just confirmed that. And then you saw that it was going in the 11 o'clock position. And then at this position with biplane confirming that I am in the same location with intra-luminal in both LAO and RAO, then I can proceed. And so the IVUS is used only for puncture. Beyond that it is angio. Because you will not see beyond that on the IVUS. IVUS will only show you the same wire that it has entered from the mouth. Okay. Can we see that where it was entered, the IVUS? And then next frame please. Next frame on the angiogram. Next frame on the angiogram. No, there was a running fluoro of this. So it was the same conquest wire and gradually it was progressed. So do you have a fluoro of this? Fluoro run recorded? Oh, okay. So that's how it crossed. So there was, and I used a stiffer wire because conquest can give direction. That's what I feel. For this penetration, you see, it has a penetration plus the force plus direction. If it were a longer one, I would have done the same penetration and then stepped down. But here, because my penetration itself got me into the true lumen, which I have to confirm, so then I continued with the same wire and it went down. Next angio, please. And then we put the microcatheter beyond and exchange it to our cross wire. And once we are there, then the case is practically done, and then we can just run some images. And,
Okay.
so the good thing was it was the short occlusion. So what I feel please go back. And this is to confirm that yes, we are in the correct vessel, we are in the right place.
Okay, Dr. Goyal, I think the things are okay with you. We'll come back to you in another 5 minutes time.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I can show you the final result. I have completed the case.
Exactly.
Show you the final result. If you will just see, I have done a bifurcation stand there now, and with a kissing balloon. So the crux of the matter is successful crossing, which was very
Excellent job done, Dr. Goyal, and we'll come back to you again. We'll go to Hyderabad. Dr. Emani, we are with you again. Please explain.
Yes, could you go back to the fluoroscopic storage? Gotcha.
No, prior to this, yeah.
Meeting point is a more middle segment, so we advance the Godzilla and retrograde, you can see that, right?
Perfect.
So we externalize the guideline here, not perfect, but close to the progression. Anyway, thank you. So we just advance the RE3, yep, and externalize and check the items again, and stent, most likely. Yep.
I just made a difference.
Okay. So we just remove this.
Which? Yeah. I got it.
When I was in the street, balloon it, still not crossing, then get your guide below.
I did the preparation of the Michael.
He was a torch device. Talk. And this is a very much important to attach the torque device at the end of the RG3. Otherwise, it will disappear inside the body, which is a very
Can you show it the table where what exactly done for people who are learning the retrograde technique? Externalization of the wire is a very important step, a final step, but it should be done properly. Done usually the RG3 330 length, and please show the steps if possible.
Yeah, retrograde wire is coming to the antegrade guide, so we get through the antegrade needle here, and to get the retrograde wire to go through.
No, this is an excellent demonstration of the externalization of the wire. People should watch.
But this is a half a story, because after this, we have to disengage the retrograde side first. And we have to pull back the microcatheter. See, always the retrograde guide is sucking back.
It's very important.
A little bit smaller left main. Yeah.
To avoid the donor,
Way back again.
to avoid the donor artery dissection, it's an important step.
Yeah. And we have to wait for the transmission of the torque, because this is a carrier which is a little bit not direct torque transmission compared with the Corsair. So we have to be a little bit patient. But otherwise, it's okay, right?
Yamani, one doubt is caravel also you have to rotate down? Just ask the question.
Dr. Amani, the question is,
Yes, I'm only entitled to do that, but probably you have to get the permission to do it.
No, at this time,
The entire procedure, I think they are monitoring the ACT, keep around 300 and above 300. Very important.
Yeah, last one was 360, so probably I think coverage, I guess. Thank you.
Yeah. He was very fast with that soft tip actually. Otherwise, we would have taken much more time to thread that. It's difficult on that soft RG3 tip.
I should congratulate my cath lab staff who are doing this job last 6 years, and they assisted almost more than 500 CTO procedures. So people working there usually express that.
So we need that inside injection to confirm. Okay, and ensure inject.
This is a very important step before pulling out the wire, and you should check the collaterals damage,
Yes.
channel injury.
Yeah. Six. After this we do the others. Yeah. And we will add the injection as Dr. Singh said in the about 3 CTO centers, so everyone takes the case there. It's interesting to see how the new segment is
Dr. Sumi, are you using still the short guiding catheters in
Most-
specific situations?
Of course, we need sometimes the short guiding catheter. So especially the apical channel or sometimes I do the Lima
and
the
these
retrograde
things.
at the
And
time.
a very big LV going for distal
Yes,
collateral
yes,
like that.
yes. Yeah, I do many cases outside Japan, so I have to cut by myself.
We also do the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. We got a Medtronic short guidings available, but we do that.
Problem of the short guiding catheter is lineup of the guiding catheter type is limited. So when I want to use a EBU 4.5, they don't have the 4.5 short one. So just a 3.5 or something. So that we should do the manual cut and then that making the sheath as a tube and connect.
So the purpose of the IBIS is two things. One is, of course, running of the
Okay, very interesting.
distal bifurcation. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh,
This is inside the branch, I guess. So, yeah. Start recording? So this
very short subintimal.
and you can see this is a posterolateral. Yeah.
This is a PDA.
PDA.
Yes, PDA.
Some
So
catch.
this a part of the CTO is maybe from here subintima. This is subintima.
70.
Subintima. And then yes. And then coming back to the not still subintima, subintima, and then now coming back.
Now to me.
Now in the intima plaque.
There is some collection.
So antegrade wire goes into subintima, very proximal part of the total occlusion, and retrograde wire passing through the subintima with the knuckle and the ballooning. So sub and sub, the connection was made. So the retrograde knuckle wire come into the proximal two lumen.
Because the antegrade dissection, the knuckle wire went into the true lumen.
Yes, yes.
Start sending the distal, and probably that is starting with 2.5, I guess.
Dr. Yamani, another 5 minutes transmission time for you.
MC balloon is better. Yeah, sure. But probably we are almost done without the stent deployment. So the argument would be trying to preserve the distal bifurcation as well as how to deal with difficulty in the retrograde exiting. Yes, microcatheter, as I described, and as Dr. Sumiti describes. Another method is deploy the stent in the proximal segment, stent-assisted reverse card. Almost similar to the guided catheter extension reverse card, but it's technically a little bit different. Probably he will explain it later in detail. Okay?
Thank you.
Excellent, Dr. Mani. In this case, we demonstrated everything, the crossing of the epicardial collateral and with support how we have taken, and the reverse cart in the guideline usage, and the IVAS findings. Excellent demonstration, each step. And Dr. Sumit has done an excellent job in teaching the crowd here. Big hand to both of them.
Yamane Sensei, one thing I want to ask you, do you have any special tips and tricks of checking the collateral channel damage? You do usually the bilateral tip injection from the microcasters or some other way you do to check the channel damage?
If you try to do that, probably best way to avoid the serious complication would be advance the antegrade microcatheter over this externalized wire, and both way you can set up for the final injection, and just in case of smoking or the leaking, you can deliver either both way, antegrade or retrograde. You got the things you are talking about?
Yes, thank you so much. That is a final, very important point.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you. 10, 14, 16.